another live stream. And yeah, if you watched yesterday's stream, I did sort of say towards the end of that stream that I was going to do this stream today, and I know that I do rabble on sometimes for a long time, and in these streams we do sometimes get like sidetracked, and we go on to like other topics, and then we even I even end up forgetting what the original topic is. But Sopranos in Amsterdam, what happened? Now, a lot of you are probably like scratching your heads, and you're probably wondering, and you're probably thinking, how come you're sat at home in your bedroom when you are supposed to be, when you're supposed to be over in Amsterdam playing the Sopranos with the Spring Break Festival? And yeah, I'm not there, and sadly, I'm not playing it. Sadly, and I just want to do this stream to just let you all know that I'm not playing it, for people that were like wondering, because obviously an opportunity like that, you'd think like, oh, you'd be putting pictures on Facebook as as he's boarding the plane. He'll be taking pictures with other artists, as he's arrived. Big shout to James. And obviously none of that had happened, and I'd kind of just gone a little bit silent, and a little bit sort of like quiet, up on the forefront. And cutting the story short, I just couldn't afford to go, and it was just it was turning for me into something that was a little bit more like I was just forking out too much to what I felt I was gonna sort of gain out of it. So obviously, it just added up, and it added up essentially. And they wanted you to like pay deposits for different things, and then it was like pay deposit for like I was camping with them, so it was like pay deposit for camping, and that was like so much. And then there was like, do you want to use like, if you just pay a little bit extra, you can use our sleeping bags, and then you'd have to worry about, but bringing your own over. And at the time you think like, yeah, that's a good idea, it makes sense, because then it's less to cart when you're traveling. And then you sit back and you look at it and you think, I've just paid 90 quid there, just for that daft stupid little thing. And then they're like on the phone, like, do you want to pay this extra and come on the boat party? And I'm thinking like, you told us in the group chat that us as artists that we'd get this boat, we could come on this boat party for free, seeing as though we're kind of playing at this festival. And then the set times came, and the set time was only a half an hour set, and a half an hour set was just, you're going to play about 7 tracks essentially. And I thought, I'm sort of in sense, I'm paying all this money to go abroad, flights, deposits for where I'm staying. I'm going to need money for traveling from A to B. When I'm around in Amsterdam, I'm obviously gonna need to get something to eat. I'm obviously gonna, be doing things during the day, whether it be like going into shops, or like I say, buying food, going into like restaurants. And I just thought, when I can play like over in the UK, and I can do like a bounce to your drop on Friday was like an hour and a half set, so that's like an hour plus an extra half an hour on top, to compare to what I was going to be playing over here. And it just added up and added up. And I just thought, I can't really afford this. And then like the travel over there alone was just so dear. And then I just thought, I've got good things happening at work that, really, it's just a bit, I shouldn't really be missing work for that. And work wasn't, like work wasn't too fussed about me going, in some sense. But I just thought, like, I've got stuff coming up with work, and I'm enjoying work. And I just thought like, it's just, I just genuinely, cutting the story short, just thought it wasn't worth it. And I spoke to, with friends, a friend about this, and I spoke with family about this, and just come to the conclusion that it just wasn't worth it. So I took the decision that sadly that I couldn't make it. I just thought, it's too much money, and I just felt like, I'm gonna spend all this money, and it's not really gonna benefit me for it, and I'm gonna just look back in mum's time and think, what did I do that for? I essentially paid like well over 400 quid to go somewhere abroad and play for half an hour. And I'm not a big-headed guy. I don't claim to be the best guy in the scene and the biggest DJ who should be paid top dollar and top price. But as I've mentioned in other streams before, like you've got to benefit yourself, and you've got to I've forgotten the word now, but you've got to sort of I really can't the word. It's like completely gone out of my head. But you've got to value yourself. That's it. You've got to value yourself, because if you don't value yourself, other people won't value yourself. And like I've said in other streams, it's all fine and good. Like when you're first starting out and you're getting your first few couple of gigs, no one's heard of you before, so of course they aren't going to pay you to come and be in their club and play on their decks when they don't know what you like. But to trial you out, be happy to give you a free set. And playing sort of for free when you're first starting out is a good thing to do, because it is a good way to get your name out there. And you can go and do all these gigs, and yeah, it'll cost you, but if it can benefit you in the long run, then that'll be that'll be a good thing. And I played for free for a good while, and I'll be honest here now. Sometimes I still do it if it's for like the right people, or like Pacific people that I know, and I do know in some sense that it either will benefit me, or I know it's just a one off for a bit of fun with some friends. That's a different thing. But you've got to come to that point where, all right, I've done quite a few of these for free now. So where do I start valuing myself? Where do I sort of start thinking, right, start off small and just start asking for a little bit. And like don't be afraid to start just saying like, well, do you know what? Cover the travel. Just and start off small, and cover the travel, and then say, look, cover the travel, give me a little bit for paying, for playing. And if you do it in small doses, people won't mind. Whereas if you just sort of all of a sudden, like 1 minute you was free, and then the next minute, oh, I want 200 quid, mate. You're gonna lose the booking. Jog on, because people nowadays, and the thing about it is you're in a competition with a lot of people, and there's so many DJs on the scene nowadays, and people that up and comers that will just stream on Facebook, and they'll push themselves on all these pages, and they'll play for free. And the thing about it is now is DJs want to fill that lineup up, so they essentially want to book the biggest and the best to make their nights good and make their nights sell. So if they can book people like Andy Whitby, if they can book Gamma, they can book Darren Styles, they've instantly got interaction to that event, so they can put all these wicked artists on, and then they can start looking at up and comers and think, well, look, we just need a few people, someone who's more than likely going to start the night off, and just open up the night when it's probably going to be dead, when there's not really going to be anybody there. And then or we want someone who essentially can just finish off the night, when all the main people are on, and have been on, and people are more or less sort of thinking and sort of ready to go home, and they can cram this guy on. And the thing about it is like, there's people out there that will say like, yeah, pay me this much, pay me this much, but then there's people out there that do play for free, and the thing about it is the people that play for free, as they're the ones, sadly, that get the booking, because that's a person that promoter doesn't have to pay for. So for example, I'm from home myself, and I could get asked by a guy, come and play this event, and I could go, all right, well, look, I want this, the travel paying, and paying for playing, and all the rest of it. And then there's another DJ in the same city as me that does exactly the same as me. Can play banging sets, can put banging sets together. Would be good for the lineup, just like I would be. But they'll play for free. And the thing is that that promoter's gonna go to that person who can play for free because they're saving on their lineup, or they can put that money that they would have say given me, whereas they've got this person for free and they can put that towards getting like somebody bigger and better who is actually gonna bring the people in, and obviously help them sell more tickets. And that's saying that there's nothing wrong with myself as a DJ or this other person that plays for free. Not that they're like that we're bad DJs or anything, but like it's not us that are gonna make people like come to these events, and it's not us that are going to get the thousands of tickets to sell. Whereas if you put someone like Andy Whitby on, who's like a living legend, who's been in the scene for years, and he's absolutely like the king of Bounce Heaven at the moment. Everyone's on his digital store buying music, and everyone's listening to his podcast, and he's touring the UK. We're not sort of in that situation where we're not that big. Not every Tom, Dick, and Harry knows who we are on that level. But you have got to sort of come to that conclusion and think, right, I've done it for free for enough now. When am I gonna start valuing myself? And and like I say, like valuing yourself is not a bad thing. Because people will actually respect you for it. Whereas if you play for free for 10 years, people are just going to think you're free. Whereas I've sort of played for free, sort of like for like sort of roughly about a couple of years now, to the point where now I'm starting to, where at the moment like I am asking like to for a little bit of money for it, and now because I'm doing that, I'm getting people that are booking me for gigs, and they're actually asking me how much I am, because promoters talk amongst each other. So, say I get booked to play in Leicester, and then someone says, oh, this guy played in Leicester, it looked like he did a banging set. And they go to that promoter and they say, how much is that Ash Noble you got? See you had that Ash Noble down, we're thinking of getting him for our event. How much is he? And that promoter's like, oh yeah, no, you said get him, he's sound, and the best thing about it is he'll come and play for nothing. And then that promoter will then pass it on to another promoter, and then before you know it, that's who people think you are. Just somebody who would do it for free. Whereas if you start adding value to yourself, and and even if you break it down to people, like if you say, look, like I want 70 quid or something, and they go like 70 quid, and then you sort of lay it out to them and you say, look, it's going to cost me this much to travel. It's I'm going to obviously buy a few drinks and blah blah blah, and then they'll look at it and they'll think, actually that's not actually too bad. And then when another promoter asks them, they'll be like, oh, he's only 70 quid to come to me, because think about it, he's got to travel, blah blah blah. And then another person will think, actually that's not too bad. And then before you know it, you're getting yourself around, and you're getting yourself out and about, and it'll obviously work in your favour. So yeah. But going back to the Amsterdam, I wanted to do a little update, because obviously I know a lot of people would be sat there thinking like, well, he should have been out there, all this, that, and the other. And I will be posting on Facebook that I haven't gone as well. I just sort of wasn't really sure how to word it really. But it just, in my opinion, it wasn't meant to be, and I do believe that things happen for a reason. And a lot of people have said like, why is this happening, or why aren't you doing this and doing that? And everything I've sort of done, and everything I've been sort of like advised and told to do. I've had a very good friend who's been very like supportive, and he's been very sort of like good with the advice. And I know like from the outside looking in, it can look like nothing's really happening, and sometimes it can look like, well, what's actually happening? Is this guy like even really helping you? Is he even actually benefiting you? And like the truth of it is he actually is. And sort of everything that he's like said to do, and everything that he's like said You know, you know, trust me, if you do something this way, trust me, you might not see it now, but it'll work in your favour. And the exact example of this is he got booked to do pictures at an event. And obviously, he's booked there. He gets a pass. He gets to go in the back room. He gets to talk, you know, amongst all the artists, and he gets to chill in there. And he said, "Noble," he said, don't, you know, don't come into the green room. Don't come into the back room. It's not your place to come in there, and they won't like it if you come in there." And at first, I was thinking, well, you're allowed in there. How come I'm not allowed in there? Like, you know, I've come with you as your guest, sort of like plus one. How come I can't? You know, and he was like, trust me, just you know, just don't go in there. So I didn't. And you know, I was going to all these events, and I wasn't going backstage. I was just staying out on the normal dance floor, and you know, and now it's paid off in favour, because now the promoter respects me. Now he actually gives me a wristband to go into that back room. So now I actually can go into that back room. I'm respected in there. They know who I am, because it's not like that, you know, he's just brought a stranger into the green room to sit with all these sort of like big DJs. And it kind of worked in my favour. And now, you know, now I talk and I get on with the guy who promotes the events, and obviously, you know, possibilities of a booking there as well, you know, paid booking. And everything sort of works out. You know, so sort of like, you know, sort of like in favour, and it's respecting the brand as well. You know, you aren't booked to play, you're not booked to do photos, so don't come back, you know, don't come backstage, especially if they haven't told you to. You know, and now it's like, you know, they do, you know, they give me a wristband, and they do let me come backstage, and they do let me chill, as they did at the last one. And that's the way it rolls. It's, you know, that's the way it goes now. So sometimes you might think like, oh, this is taking a while, and why don't you get this, and why don't this happen, and why don't this happen, and why don't that happen? And you know, trust me, everything, you know, we're on this sort of path, and we're on this sort of journey, and everything is like building up, and everything that's sort of happening, let's say for my friend, is gonna happen for me. And you know, and I'm kind of like witnessing everything sort of that's gonna happen to me. And if I stick on the right path, and I stick to the right choices, and I go about the way the things, if I go about the things I'm doing the way I am, everything's gonna build. Everything's gonna build, and it's like I'm going up these steps, and every so often I'm moving up a couple of steps, and it's working. And I'm loving everything I'm doing at the moment. So I'm, you know, regarding again going out to the Amsterdam, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am gutted. The main thing that I'm gutted about is the fact that I thought it was going to be something more than it was. You know, I thought I thought it was gonna be a little bit more than just playing for half an hour on one day. I thought there was gonna be like opportunities for us to like DJ sort of every night. There was gonna be opportunities for us to DJ on the boat party, and I thought there was just gonna be a little bit more about it. And I thought it was going to be a little bit bigger than it actually was. And the thing that again that annoyed me, the thing that kind of gutted me, was the fact that I'd like been promoting the living daylights out of it on social. I'd been like, I say, coming live on YouTube and hyping it up, and I'm gonna be doing this mega thing, and I got people like friends of mine to think he's doing this absolutely massive mega thing, and now they're all gonna be scratching their heads and wondering like why, you know, like why did you go online and sort of, you know, I guess in a way like boast about this being like such a mega thing. And one thing I don't like is that I hate sort of like not turning up to bookings. I hate going online and saying, look, I'm going to be playing here, I can't wait to play here, and I can't, you know, I can't wait to do this, and I you know, I'm absolutely excited, and then I sadly, you know, pull out from the event. And one thing I hate doing is as well is pulling out at the last minute. It's something that for me, I always picture myself like in a promoter's shoes. So someone pulls out like on the day of an event, and then they've got to try and find someone else to cover that slot. I just think like I'd hate to be in your shoes, and I kind of feel like once I like put a flyer out there and everyone sees my name on it and they see that I'm playing here, I kind of feel like unless it's a family emergency, like to the point where I'm like physically like in a hospital bed, or I'm physically ill and I can't move, or something else happens in the family, I do feel like I'm like 100% committed to this event, and I should be I should be, attending this event. And especially like because you never know, like if you have like say fans or followers that think, oh, this is a good chance, I'm going to come to this one, and I'm going to see this Ash Noble play, and then they like book tickets and then I don't even show up. It's kind of like they've been robbed, like say like you go and see Andy Whitby headlining a show and then he don't turn up. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like an absolutely gutting thing for people, and people out there that maybe like have followed me on Instagram or followed me on Facebook, and they think, right, this is near my house. He's coming to play near my house. I'm going to actually come and see him play at this one. Um, and then I don't turn up. It's obviously a letdown for them. And I hate like almost like building like false promises on people. Like I can't wait. I'm gonna be here, and then I'm not there. So I hate it. So that was another thing that was kind of gutting me as well. Was like announcing to everybody that, oh look, I'm no longer gonna be here, kind of thing. But sadly, these things just happen, and this was just something where, looking back now, I'm kind of like glad I didn't go. Like I said, I'm a little bit gutted because I thought it was going to be something more. I thought it was going to be fun and exciting. I also thought, yeah, it's going to be like a little few days holiday away with a load of like DJ friends and stuff, and things just didn't go to plan. And I think this is like a lesson that has taught me, like, again, that like things happen for a reason. So yeah, so that really sums it up, really. I will be doing some more streams this week. I've got a gig to announce. I announced it on Facebook, but I wanted to get this stream out there, otherwise it was just kind of like I'm ignoring the situation. So I thought I'd come live and explain. So I will be coming live either tomorrow or Wednesday, and I'll be announcing another gig for you. And I actually got it wrong. I said in yesterday's stream, I said that I'm going to be announcing a gig soon, and then there's a possibility that I'll be announcing something. But actually, I've got two gigs that I'm definitely going to be announcing, and then one that I just I haven't like got a proper confirmed date for it yet. But two of them, they're like proper penciled in, and one of them I'm just waiting for the artwork to be released, and the other one, the artwork got released today, but because I wanted to do this stream, I'm just putting it off, and I've got like a work thing tomorrow night. So I'm kind of like probably won't get a chance to stream it tomorrow unless I decide to do it late. Depends how I feel when I get back. But cutting the story short, if not, I'll probably do it Wednesday. Or we might have two bookings to announce by then. Who knows? So make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to share, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you all soon. And apologies to anybody who was hoping to catch me over there, or anybody that was hoping for like photos and videos. I do apologise in advance. And if there was any sort of I guess if there was any reason that I thought would have been good enough to go, I would have done my damn to have tried to have gone out there and done the event. But like I say, it was just sadly one of them things where it just wasn't meant to be, sadly. So yeah, like, comment, share. We'll see you soon. Ah, that gets that stream.